All right, let's take a look at the SuperNode circuit. So what makes this a SuperNode? We have this 18 volt power supply right here, voltage source. The two ends of the voltage source are V2 and V3, and what we see in this picture is that neither V2 nor V3 is actually the reference node. So the reference node is down here, right? It's not on V3, it's not on V2. So whenever you have a voltage source like this, where neither side of the voltage source is a reference node, we just call it a supernode. In fact, while it might look a little scary, supernodes are actually very easy to work with. So let's take a quick look here. Uh, so in order to do supernode, the first thing we're going to do is at the supernode, we're going to look at the voltage difference. So here, the supernode is across V3 and V2. Careful here that the polarity of V3 is plus and the polarity of V2 is minus. So we're going to write a voltage expression just for this supernode that I highlighted with blue box right here. So V3 minus V2 is 18. Right? So V3 minus V2 is 18 volts in this case. Okay, so that's my first expression. Now for the rest of the circuit, we're going to treat this circuit as if as if we've been uh, in the exact same way as we've been working with nodal analysis problems before. We're basically going to apply Kirchhoff's current law, and in this particular example, whenever we encounter a supernode, we basically say all the currents going into the supernode are going to be equal to currents coming out of the supernode. Okay, so that's how we're going to do it. So let's analyze this circuit according to our regular nodal analysis procedures. Okay, so we've identified V3 minus V2 is equal to 18 volts. Next, let's take a quick look at this voltage source right here, 4 volts. One end of that voltage source is at reference node, so that's 0 volts. So that means the other node of that voltage source must be equal to 4 volts. So V1 is equal to 4 volts in this particular example. In order to proceed with the current KCL expressions, let's write down all the currents. So I've identified the currents I1, I2, and I3 going through the 2 ohm, 4 ohm, and the 8 ohm resistors right here. Now you look at all the currents, and I see there are a total of 4 currents right here. I1 is going into the supernode. So this supernode, you treat it as single node. I1 is going into it. 2 amp source right here is also going into the supernode, whereas this I2 is coming out of the node and I3 is coming out of the node. Both I2 and I3 are headed from the supernode towards the reference node. So in this case, using KCL, we can basically say current going into the supernode, which is I1 and 2 amp, they add up together to create current coming out of the supernode, which is I2 and I3. So I1 plus 2 equals I2 plus I3. Now, just like when we did nodal analysis, we use Ohm's law now. I1 starts at V1, which we already know is 4 volts, goes towards V2. So 4 volts minus V2 divided by the resistor there, which is 2 ohms. So I1 is 4 minus V2 divided by 2. Similarly, I2 right here is I2 is V2 minus 0 divided by 4, and I3 right here is V3 minus 0 divided by 8. So that's what we have right here. Now if we rearrange this expression, we can rearrange this expression and write everything in terms of V2 and V3 on the left hand side and all the constant on the right. So if you do a simple algebraic manipulation of this expression, you end up with 3/4 of a V2 plus 1/8 of a V3 is equal to 4. Okay. Now we have two expressions. We have one expression right here, which came directly from looking at the voltage nodes across that supernode. So V3 minus V2 is 18, and we see that 3/4 of V2 added with 1/8 of V3 is equal to 4. So two equations, two unknowns. By now you should be familiar with how to solve them, either on your calculator or MATLAB or Octave. So let's just uh, I'm going to basically solve it and just write down the expressions right here. After simplifying it, I get V2 equals 2 volts and V3 equals 20 volts. So V3 is 20, 20 minus 2 is 18, so that checks out. Uh, and we can check from here, right here, V2 is 2 volts, so 6 divided by 4 plus 1/8 of 20, and that adds up to 4 volts as well. So working with supernodes, while the circuit might look a little scary, it's identical to how you would work with in terms of a regular nodal analysis.